It's been 4 days since 150 Muslims fled their village and sought shelter in this police station 15 kilometers away. On May 25th, a mob of 2,000 heavily armed Hindus attacked the Muslim community in Atali, a village in the North Indian state of Haryana. The local Hindu community opposed plans to build a mosque in the village. When construction went ahead anyway, they took matters into their own hands.
Switzerland, famous for its spectacular landscape, its banking, and its clocks and watches. It is host to major international organizations and multinational companies, and its 8 million people speak 3 different languages. But this neutral European country, made up of 26 cantons or autonomous regions, also ranks among the highest for gun ownership and size of army per head of population in the world.
Approximativement, des chiffres officiels parlent d'environ 2,3 millions d'armes en circulation en Suisse, soit 29 armes pour 100 habitants.
It has compulsory military service, a citizen army of 600,000, and the Swiss routinely keep firearms at home even though there's hardly any threat to their personal safety. But compared with the US and Yemen, Switzerland is a relatively peaceful country with very low levels of gun crime. So what is it about the neutral Swiss that makes them want a large army and all these firearms? And how do they keep the lid on gun violence compared with other countries in the world?
I first arrived in Afghanistan after the attacks of September 11th, to cover a war involving some of the world's greatest powers, one that's still having a devastating impact on the ordinary people who live here. Over the years, I'd returned to Afghanistan again and again, but there was one story, one person I'll always remember. This is Asadullah Rahman. When I first met him, he'd just returned from Guantanamo Bay.
The kind of people held at Guantanamo include terrorist trainers, extremist recruiters and finance bodyguards of Osama bin Laden, would-be suicide bombers. They're not common car thieves. They're believed to be determined killers.
But Asadullah, he was just a child. Just 10 years old when he was arrested, the youngest to have ever served time in this prison camp built for those America deemed hardcore terrorists. People were tortured, waterboarded, conditions so appalling many committed suicide.
These are military prisons. They're for big people. They're for soldiers. They didn't belong in Guantanamo Bay. We're not in the business of detaining children.
10 years later, I've returned to Afghanistan to find out what happened to that child, now a young man.